Hello everyone, this is the Controversial Canadians. Today we'll be discussing the British government's censorship of freedom of speech recently.
Today, the day that we're filming this, the British government has announced that they will be sending independent journalist Tommy Robinson to prison for possibly up to 2 years. So this is very concerning to us because Caleb here is a Tommy Robinson fan, and he's not ashamed of it at all.
Nope.
And I myself am quite upset when I see freedom of speech being suppressed. We're going to talk about hate. Is what he's saying hate speech? Does he have a right to say the things that he's saying? And yeah, Caleb will just let you take it from here.
Yeah, no, I've been following him for 2 years at this point. I watched when he got arrested back last May for the first time, which is what he's now being imprisoned for again.
That was same things he was doing.
Yeah, it's the same case. He was outside of a courthouse. He read a BBC article about the people inside, a Muslim gang that was in trouble for raping nearly 100 little children. And because that was a contempt of court according to them, they rushed him to prison without a trial, put him in prison for over 2.5 months, and kept him in solitary confinement because he was in the prison with the highest percentage of Muslims in the entire country. And now that we're up to speed on that, now he's being sent back to prison, but this time for up to 2 years.
So those offenders were in court, yep. And he's criticizing what they were doing in the religion. So what does the British government do? They rush him off to prison as fast as they can. No due process, no trial. Which
he wasn't even on the court grounds.
Yeah.
He was on the sidewalk.
That is just so. The British government's really behaving like a totalitarian regime here.
They've raided his house multiple times. He's been banned by Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and PayPal. They just want to suppress him.
So to all you viewers here who maybe you don't know who Tommy Robinson is, maybe actually you hate him, but can we all agree here that what the British government is doing is not okay? I mean, what kind of paradigm is this that the government can just put someone in jail without a trial for who knows how long? I mean, he was in solitary confinement for 2 months, and he's already suffered with medical conditions because of the psychological effects of being in solitary confinement like that.
Yeah, form of post-traumatic stress disorder. And I mean,
this is just the beginning. I mean, they're gonna go farther with this. It's not. I mean, many people will say, "Oh, well, it's just because he did this certain one thing." No. They're gonna apply this on a broad scale. I mean, we see this happening in France too. Both France and Britain are basically becoming totalitarian dictatorships.
Well, I wouldn't say they're becoming. I think they are at this point.
Yeah, I would agree with you.
I mean, their excuse this time with bringing it up again was that he puts anxiety on all the Muslims out there. There was I think his name is Mohammed Shafiq of the BBC. He put out a statement saying that he thinks that Tommy Robinson encourages people to be active in violence and terrorism against Muslims.
See, that's just stupid logic. I mean, if I'm criticizing Justin Trudeau and the Liberal government, does that mean I'm encouraging people to go hurt and kill people who support them? Like, what kind of garbage is this?
I mean, and if you actually listen to Tommy, he never criticizes Muslims. He grew up around them. He has lots of friends who are Muslim. He criticizes Islam. He criticizes the idea, which he has every right to do. And because he's good at it, they shut him down.
And then we have to talk about the issue of, does hate speech even exist? Which I don't think it does.
I don't think it does either.
I mean, it's okay for... if we have freedom of speech, then no matter how bad is something that... No matter how controversial or inflammatory the things you're saying, no matter how bad they are, you still have the right to say them, because you have to draw on the line. You either have to say we're going to allow everything, or certain things are not allowed, and then gets more and more subjective as to what exactly is okay and what is not okay.
Yeah. I mean, from a governmental perspective, I would say that freedom of speech is freedom of speech, and that we can't be banning any words. But I mean, as a Christian, it's like we don't have freedom of speech. It's like we're to watch our tongues according to the book of James. We're to be kind and loving towards others. But from that perspective, from the political perspective, I mean, there's no reason to shut down someone especially when he's just criticizing an idea.
I mean, we're Bible believing Christians here. Let's say some Muslims were making fun of Jesus Christ, or scoffing at our religious beliefs. I mean, I don't agree with what they're saying, and I don't like what they're saying, but I fully support their right to say those things. Those are two very distinct things. You have to make that separation here.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, people are just simple. Most people are just too simple-minded, apparently.
In the grand scheme of things, my feelings don't matter. Facts do. So, I mean, speak truth.
Pretty clear cut.
Let good ideas conquer, and let bad ideas fail. For those of you interested in supporting Tommy Robinson, I would recommend checking out freedomfortommy.com. This has been the Controversial Canadians once again.